Welcome back to WRPB and WRPB Studios. I am joined here today by a favorite of everybody,
Oh,
the cake lady herself,
thank
Stacy Dunn.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Thanks for having us. Or
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
joining
inviting
us.
me.
Close enough. So, Stacy, you have quite a repertoire behind you. So tell
Do
us, how
I?
long have you been in business? Let's start there.
Okay, so I've had the shop for about 8 years. I've been downtown for 8 years.
Okay. And what is your specialty per se? What's your favorite thing to do?
Oh, I like it all. I think my favorite is probably like the custom cakes, wedding cakes especially. The bigger the better. But I also love the sculpted cakes and fondant work, and I love it all. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a bad part of my industry.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the reaction to people that we get from people when they pick up their cakes is very satisfying. And yeah, I've just really been blessed. I have to count my lucky stars. I've been very blessed.
That's awesome. So you're pretty in pink today,
Yeah, I'm pretty much
and
always in pink.
and I couldn't help but notice on your sleeve you have this Food Network logo. So
Yes, I
apparently
do.
you're a little familiar with them, I've heard.
Yes, yes, yes. We were lucky enough to be invited twice to be on two different shows, 2 different years. And we had a blast both times. If they ask me to do it again, Food Network, if you're watching, call me. Yeah, it was. We were on a show in 2017 called Cake Hunters, and then we were on another show in 2019 that was called The Big Bake. All expenses paid to Canada, and was a
Nice.
lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot. My
That's
whole
awesome.
staff went. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, yeah. It was
So
fun.
I did happen to see that, and looked like it was a lot of fun while
Yeah,
we were there.
it was a lot of fun.
So, the question, what's the biggest cake that you've made? I guess that could be answered by.
Yeah, the one well, both of them for both the shows were really big. But the one that we did for the Big Bake was 7 feet tall.
Wow,
It was, yeah, from the table to the top of the cake was about 7 feet.
that's crazy.
It was crazy. It had a working conveyor belt. It was an Easter episode, so we made a gnome factory, an Easter egg factory, and it had little gnomes and lots of flowers and stuff, and it had a working conveyor belt that moved the eggs along, and then it had a water feature, which I don't think they really showed that in the episode. But the eggs pass through the water feature, get colored, and then they go down the conveyor belt.
Nice.
And then we had smoke coming out of the factory chimney, and yeah, it was good. It was fun.
So, tell me, could you do something like that here?
Sure, if we had enough time and refrigerator space.
So, that's funny. We were talking earlier about, being on camera and filming and what have you. And, when you're watching these shows, they say you've got 5 hours, and you really don't.
You really don't. We had about 16 hours.
So,
And we brought stuff with us.
though
So,
you're welcoming people to have these great ideas and things like that, and you're happy to work with them, don't call me and say you've got 5 hours. It's not going to work.
yeah, don't call it, the last hour and say, "Oh, by the way, can you throw in, a conveyor belt with working eggs or, something like
There
that."
you
We knew well in advance about the special, added bonus feature, which we failed miserably on. We had practiced it, but when, just for some reason it didn't work. It could be that they changed, mixed up our flour and our sugar while we were working on our stuff, to create a little bit of drama. But, yeah, please don't come to us in an hour and expect a grand, yeah.
So if I stop
Things
it,
have to dry. Things have to, be prepared. They have to dry. We have to make, custom pieces for, so, yeah. I mean, we can
So-
do a lot of magic, but not that.
there you go. What brought you into the cake business?
I needed a job. I literally, I needed a job. I was a medical transcriptionist. I had my own business, very successful, and then all my doctors went to voice recognition. And so I knew I was getting phased out and wasn't really, prepared for the final day. And I was making cakes on the side anyway from home, for friends and family, my granddaughter. And my husband said, what are you going to do in the typing ends? And I said, I don't know. I think I just want to make cakes. So we started over at the Green Market downtown, and we sold like 300 cupcakes in one night.
Wow.
And so we realized that there was, an interest in that kind of thing. Cupcakes were really trending at the time. And we decided to take a leap of faith and open a business. And I didn't know if I was going to have the first customer. And we did. And 8 years later, we're very lucky to say we've been in the paper, on the radio, on TV, and Food Network.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we've been really, really, really blessed.
What kind of staff do you need to make all that happen?
We have 7 people working with us right now. So I have 2 bakers, 2 very, very talented. Shout out to Maggie and Lana. So we do have very talented cake decorators. I also have 2 very talented bakers. Shout out to AJ and Leah. And then I have summer help because we have Cupcake Camp in the summer. So I have 2 girls there. And, a young man that helps us just kind of maintain the premises.
There you go.
So, yeah.
So, Cupcake Camp, that sounds kind of interesting. What is that all about?
Cupcake Camp is absolutely amazing. We do it every summer. This is our 7th summer. And we have 16 to 20 kids come in each week, Monday through Friday, and they decorate cupcakes. We teach them all kinds of different techniques, things that they could do again at home without having any special tools. Mm-hmm. So, stuff that's easy to get their hands on. And they decorate a dozen cupcakes a day. And on Friday, they design and decorate their own cake.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it's amazing. The creativity that comes, some of the stuff, like I've gotten ideas, inspiration from some of them because they're so creative. They think outside the box. They just have these great imaginations, and it's so much fun to watch them be creative and use their imagination. It's very satisfying. I love it.
It's interesting to see kids do something that you do on a daily basis.
Yes.
And you look at it and it's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to work. And these kids are like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. And a lot of them are like, they're like, they don't want my help. They're like, we show them once, and then they're like, I got this, and I'm like, okay, just go for it. I try not to hijack their projects because, of course, I want them to look perfect. But I try very hard not to hijack them.
That's funny.
And, I want them to be their work. And so we take lots of pictures that are all on Facebook if anybody wants to see what we're doing. But, it's great. And we have awesome. Great kids, the best, from 5 years old to 15. And they're all in the same, it's all a mixed age group. And they are very helpful. They're very focused. I've never had to raise my voice.
Wow.
In 7 years, 9 weeks a year, I've never had to raise my voice. I've never had to send anybody home. I've never had a problem.
Now, is it a 9-week camp per child, or do you rotate every week?
We rotate. It's different kids each week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we have, I think we have 16 this week. And I think I have 16 for the rest of the summer each week. And then we do some outreaches, too. Like the Chamber of Commerce has partnered with the Children's Services Council. Mm-hmm. And they have asked us to go to several different outreaches locally here in Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce and take the Cupcake Camp kind of to them.
Nice.
So we're doing, like, for the ARC and for Boys and Girls Club. We're doing for... a few local Future Generations and End It and YMCA and things like that.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. They love it. Kids love cupcakes, and they love being creative. So it's nice to see them. It's nice to see them do something that I love and see how they love it, too. Yep. So that's really what it's all about, yeah.
So realistically, what's the time frame for a cake, say, I have an occasion coming up, a wedding or something. What's a realistic time frame to give you to make sure that I get what I'm looking for?
We like at least a week, preferably a week. Sometimes, depending on our schedule, we might be able to squeeze in something simple at the last minute. I took an order today for a cake for Friday. But I prefer at least a week.
Okay.
We're already booking weddings into 2023.
Wow.
So, Thank you, Jesus. We are very popular
That's
in the wedding
fantastic.
department. So, yeah, so we stay pretty busy. We do about 25 cakes a week.
So you're doing cakes and cupcakes, any other pastries or anything like that?
We do cookies. We have a full dessert buffet. So we do the cake pops and the royal icing specialty cookies, and we do, like dessert buffets for weddings, mini cheesecakes, mini pies, things like that.
Nice.
So yeah, we have a full menu that we can do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if I need a cake, how do I reach you?
Well, there's several ways. We are on Facebook. I think it's the-cake-lady. We are on Instagram, the Cake Lady 772 FP, Fort Pierce FP. We are on TikTok, the Cake Lady 772. What else is there out there?
Your website?
Facebook, the website, www.thecakeladybakes.com, and you can always call us at 772-242-8128, or stop by and see us at the shop in downtown Fort Pierce. We're right off of Orange Avenue at 205 Orange Avenue. You can't miss us. We've got a big pink and white awning.
Fantastic. Well, Stacy, I appreciate you coming in,
I thank you very much for having me.
and hopefully we'll see you on the Food Network again here pretty soon.
That'd be awesome.
That's great. We'll be back. Thanks.